Hello, hello. Welcome back to Season 2 Toolbox Tuesday. I'm Dr. Jennifer Stelter. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Dementia Connection Institute and the creator of the Dementia Connection Model. What is Toolbox Tuesday? So we are bringing you a little bit different of a version than we did in our first season, where in this season, we are actually talking to experts all over the world that are bringing you different kinds of non-pharmacological, sensory-based, holistic tools to put in your hands as the caregiver to make your lives a little bit easier when it comes to caregiving for those living with dementia. This will empower you to feel confident and competent in what you're doing. And it's all about the Dementia Connection Model. So let's talk about what the Dementia Connection Model is today for your first episode. So with the Dementia Connection Model, it's a framework that I developed over a 10-year period, knowing that there had to be a better way for caregivers to learn what this disease is all about. Why is mom doing that? Why can't my resident do that anymore? And so what I did was I put together a framework to understand the disease better. But on top of that, to be able to give you tools that you can put in your hands that will help you to make the caregiving process that much easier. And we're going to use those tools over and over and over again. So the framework of the Dementia Connection Model consists of 3 pillars that are known in our field: the theory of retrogenesis, the act of habilitation, and using sensory-based information that's created by sensory stimuli. So with the theory of retrogenesis, this was coined by Dr. Barry Reisberg, and his research showed that as the disease is progressing, the person is developmentally getting younger. And what that means for us as caregivers is to understand that they're going to live in a world differently than you and I. Their worlds may be very similar to how adolescents spend their time and how they learn and navigate. Adolescents learn and navigate by using their senses to experience everything in the first 5 years of life. That's how they learn how to walk, talk, cope with life, all those kinds of things, right? And so we have to understand that someone living with dementia, as they're progressing to moderate to late stage, they're really going to rely on their senses to be able to understand what's going on around them, communicate and learn, and be able to freely be able to connect with people that are around them. So knowing that, of course, we're going to use sensory-based information that's created by sensory stimuli, right? So that's the second pillar, right? And we're going to use this over and over and over again. That's the active habilitation, right? Over and over and over again to reinforce the skills that they still have. So what we're going to do is we're going to play on this, knowing how the brain works, right? So when the brain is receiving sensory stimuli, it's processed in the limbic system of the brain, which houses our amygdala, which generates emotions, and our hippocampus, which generates memories. So be that when we are influenced with sensory stimuli, it affects our emotions and it affects our behaviors and our memories. Why is that? Well, let's look at how cognitive behavioral therapy works, right? Or theory works. So this is the first model that's ever been created using the cognitive behavioral theory. So again, when sensory stimuli comes in, that's the situation, right? It's going to influence the person's emotions, right? Now, we do know they influence thoughts, okay? And that's in the cognitive behavioral theory. We don't quite know what those thoughts are when it comes to someone living with dementia because they can't articulate all of their thoughts. But we do know it goes on to influence their emotions and memories and then their behaviors. And that's the cognitive behavioral theory, right? It's like a snowball effect. So unfortunately, what happens is if someone living with dementia experiences a negative stimuli, they're going to unfortunately experience negative feelings, negative memories of that situation and the person who's associated with it, and then negative behaviors. So you see this example here, right? Overstimulation in an environment can cause them to feel angry, worried, fearful, anxious, then create some kind of memory that's kind of ingrained in their brain of what that situation was. And then the behavior, they start to wander. Maybe they become verbally or physically aggressive, right? Because their innate coping skills as they're getting younger is to fight or flight. So in order to use the Dementia Connection model, we want to incorporate positive stimuli as our sensory-based, non-pharmacological, holistic tools. When we bring in things like essential oils, music, be paying attention to what the environment is like, that can create emotions of feeling calm, happy, and secure, which then in tune, they're going to create memories of you providing that stimuli and associate those positive memories and feelings with you. And therefore, it's going to influence positive behaviors like they're more engaged, attending, socializing. So, throughout our season 2 of Toolbox Tuesday, is every single Tuesday, we're going to bring to you sensory-based, non-pharmacological, holistic tools that are part of the Dementia Connection Model. These tools have been created from different creators throughout the whole world, and they've invested their time and money into bringing this to you. We're going to highlight it here in season 2. We hope you enjoy this season. Take care.